folks, welcome back to Wow Woodworks, where someday my dad will actually build something. But today we are going to do an unboxing tool review. Today we are talking about the Vevor 10-inch sliding compound miter saw. A name that is about exciting as a tax return. Yeah.
All right, let's open it up. Doesn't come with a hype man or a velvet bag, just the saw, the blade, the instructions, which may or may not be good, and a whole bunch of styrofoam. Let's tuck in. Ooh, I haven't cleaned this. Funny story, the last time I opened this pocket knife was 13 years ago, and that was just before I stabbed it into my thumb, cutting something the improper way. My blood is still on this. I'm going to use something different. We have a 60-tooth, 10-inch saw blade. It actually looks surprisingly good. Got one of those clamps if you're feeling safety inclined. The dust bag that no one ever would use because, let's be honest, dust collection on a miter saw is at best an afterthought, and at worst non-existent. The instructions. Let's see here. All right, well, let me adjust this down a little. Boop. There we go. We'll do another headless video. that slides smooth. All right. Figure out where the Allen key is stored on this so that I can get the blade on. I'll be back with you in a moment. All right. After a slightly difficult process of getting this screw to the right position to take this back, to be out of the way, to put the blade on, you have to unscrew it almost all the way out, and then it works. But of course that isn't in the instructions. It just says unscrew, and it'll slot right up, no problem. Wasn't the case. Minor nitpick. I'm used to higher end saws with far less overly fiddly methods of putting the blade guard up so you can change the blade. The space given once it is up to access the bolt is small. If you have thinner fingers than I do, it should be no problem at all. I have stubby fat fingers, so totally doable, but slightly annoying. The blade lock works. It doesn't lock in place. You have to hold it down as you're loosening and tightening. But it's good. Blade's on. It has an on-off button here for the light. It is an LED shadow light, which is fantastic. Lasers were great when they came out, but the LED shadow line is magnificent, and was a driving factor for when I was looking at this. I had originally been looking at the 10-inch compact Cobalt miter saw. It would fit in the footprint that I have, where I'm gonna build my cart and put it essentially up against this wall, slightly down. And it was gonna be perfect. It was gonna be great. But then tariffs happened, and in case you were unfamiliar with it, the consumer pays tariffs, not the manufacturer, not the importer. The consumer ultimately bears the tariff, because that's where the money stops. So the saw I was looking at, which had been $289 and on sale quite often for $249 for at least a year, I had been saving my pennies to get a miter saw, because I had been borrowing my father-in-law's, but he needs it back, and no matter what you did with it, it wasn't a 90-degree cut. So, like I said, I was going to get the Lowe's Cobalt, but it is now $349, and I just can't part with another $60 before tax to get a saw. I can't. This saw was on a small sale, so it was $232 after tax, at least for me. I got it on Amazon. I have used Vevor before. I have a couple of random tools, but yeah, let's. I could talk more about Vevor. Their tagline is where to go? Oh, sorry. Here we go. their tagline is Vevor, tough tools, half price. And I have to say, so far, playing with it, I would agree that it so far is very good. The fit and finish is so far very nice. The knobs are very plasticky feeling, but I mean, it is a cast aluminum base, aluminum plate for everything else. The glide action is silky smooth. It is nice. It's got a nice safety feature. I have a 7-year-old, as you saw at the beginning of the video, soon to be 8. She said it's very important that I say she's soon to be 8. Next month she'll be 8. But a nice safety feature on this is it's got a spot where you have to depress it before you can engage it, which is a small thing, but very important. Not that my daughter is ever in my shop space without me, but I do like that peace of mind. It does not have a slow start motor, and it does not spin down very fast. So let's give you a little listen. Higher end saws, better in both ways, but for $233, so far I am beyond impressed. Beyond impressed. Okay, I'm going to stand up, go to the you can't see my head because I have a crappy camera mode, and let's do a cut, see how she turns out. Got 2 lines. Using the old Milwaukee square. Oh, first, let me go ahead and take my non-safety glasses off and put my safety glasses on. Okay. It is very bright in my shop, but I can still see the shadow line. So I know where the blade is going to come down. So far, my biggest issue immediately is everything is in my way of seeing the line. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but if you were taller, it'd be really. It is annoying. Nice smooth cut. There is some tear out on the back. Not terrible. But it is the blade that came with it, so I don't expect it. It's a 60 tooth, but it's not that great. So let's see. Out of the box with no adjusting. We are. I don't know if you can see that, but it is maybe 2 thou out, like a less than a 64th. But I mean, that's good. I mean, for what I build, what I plan to be doing, that is good enough. I'm happy with that. I really am. But like a lot of miter saws, to adjust the squareness of the 90-degree cut, you take these two pieces off and access the screws underneath, and then you can adjust the back plate here to true it up even more. But I personally, for me, I feel like at this point, I would just spend far too long adjusting it to eliminate a very, very, very minute out of square. Like I said, I'm not doing Japanese woodworking here, where precision is 1,000% needed. I need really close, and that's what I'm getting. It does 45 for the bevel, either direction. It bevels, because it is a cheaper saw, there's no access up front to engage the bevel. You have to go to the back and loosen it. I didn't loosen it enough. And it will bevel to its left initially, and then come back to 0. And then if you pull out this little fiddly knob there, it will go to the other way. So, good. That is a feature, honestly, I will probably almost never use. I wanted a sliding miter saw to get a maximum depth. I didn't want a 12-inch. Blades are very expensive, and a 10-inch can swap between the table saw I currently have and this, so that's good for me. When I'm doing like half lap joints, being able to do a depth stop on this to do those cuts is great. I don't have a crosscut sled for my table saw yet, so I just don't like cutting them in my table saw, and my table saw isn't set up for a dado stack, so I'd rather have something I can more easily control here. As for the miter, loosen it and then pull the trigger, and it's got common stops at 15, 22.5, 31.6, 45, and then all the way over. It does 45, but if you remove this guy here that is holding the extension in place, if we remove it all the way, it is very long. I am not done. Holy pants. Ow, that was very long. Then you can get all the way to to 50 degrees. In either direction, it looks like you can get to 50 degrees. On some other saws that I was looking at, you can get up to 60, which I do wish this could get to, but again, for $233, or I think $249 now, maybe, if it is its full price. I didn't look. I'll put a link. I'll figure out how to put a link in the description. And then, what else? I'm not sponsored. I bought this with my own money. At the time of recording, I have 12 or 13 subscribers. So no one is sponsoring me. No one is offering me anything. So this is my own money, my own opinions. Yeah. But yeah, detents work well. Lock it down nice. Put this super long bolt back in. But yeah, the not going to 60 is slightly annoying. I do know how to make it do angles greater than 45 or 50. But if it had gone to 60, it'd be good. I have projects that I've done that require 60-degree angles. But you know, both sides have little extending supports, which is great. Again, I have fat little fingers, so I have to make sure that I keep my fingers lower than this because I keep pinching them on the other side. But yeah, no, she's... Put this out of the way. This is good. The backstop has holes in case you wanted to secure wood, a sacrificial fence on for doing other things. Yeah, no, this is great. I have some notes here. Hold on. Let me get them. Let me get my notes. Motor didn't bog down. It's a suspiciously smooth slide. Call me weird, and you can. I prefer it to be a little less smooth, a little more tension. It just moves, like, I mean, you can see it. It moves real well. It does lock down in place nice when you need it to not move. So that's good. Dust collection is, I mean, as I said before, it's a miter saw. It does okay. Hook it up to a vacuum, shop vac or a vac system, and it will high powered at that, and it'll reduce. But you're still going to sweep no matter what. You're going to be sweeping. I've only done 2x4 so far, which you've seen, but it went through that real easy. The LED shadow line, that is key. Price is good. Quick setup. I don't know if I filmed it all, but I only had to install the locking knob and the right fence partition. Like I said, the fence alignment is minusculely like less than a 64th, like 200,000 if we're talking in the rest of the world. Very, very, very tiny bit. There's no fancy extras. Yeah, let me adjust my camera. There's no fancy extras. It's surprisingly solid for a sub $300 saw. If you are a finish carpenter and you are building like really high-end stuff that needs really, really specific stuff, then this isn't for you. If you're a DIYer, a hobbyist, someone who doesn't need a name badge all up on their tools, this is great. It is, I think, really great for the money. We'll see how it lasts, how it holds up. Vevor, yeah, half price. My cons with every miter saw, dust collection, it sucks. I think it moves too easy. Minor gripe. But if this had been constructed in reverse, where the slide was on the right hand side, or the slide was split in two, it would have been better. The top rail makes it very difficult to see where you're lining stuff up at. It will be a little bit better when I have constructed my miter saw station, because this will be another 6 inches higher than it is when I was testing it, which will make things better, but not perfect. If you have poor eyesight or spatial issues, even for the price, that will be an annoyance. You can, of course, easily line it up on the other side and then plunge down. But again, it's just slightly cumbersome. I didn't show the clamp because it's a miter saw clamp. It slots in, and you crank it down and to lock things in place. Festool and Skill, their clamp is 1,000 times better, but it comes with one. It feels, I have it set up on now they're mowing closer. I could have closed the door a while ago. Silly me. I have it set up on a folding table, which is very unstable, but I didn't feel unsafe. The base itself has a pretty wide stance, front to back, that is, so it felt very secure. The extension out front does have a foot that can be screwed in the front up and down to make sure that it's nice and level and secure. But yeah, it's the end of the video. So hit like if this helped. Subscribe if you're enjoying watching me or any of the other silly stuff I have done. Let me know. Would you consider the Vevor 10-inch sliding compound miter saw for under $250? Most places in the United States. Should I review something else? Should I actually try to build something on camera? I have thoughts. First thing I'd like to do is build a miter saw station, now that I have an actual miter saw that is mine. Or I could just build it off camera, show it to you, and then build something simple like a spice rack. Because someone has requested a spice rack. Yeah, no. Sorry I've been gone so long. I really got lost in my head, and I I'd hit 100 views on all my other videos combined, not on one of them. But I'd hit a total of 100 views, and I was ecstatic. But no one is clicking likes. No one else is subscribing. No one is commenting, and I mean it. Comment all you want. Be mean to me if that is gonna make you happy. Be constructive. Nitpick things I've done. Tell me what I can do better. Yeah. No, this is good. This is good. I like it. Gnome out.